Hello everyone, this is Kareem again, and it's a beautiful day. This is another one of my free speaks, free talks. It's my series, Righteous Indignation. But this is a time, this is a different one. This is Christmas, type of like a Christmas special, because everybody's got like Christmas specials. But I want to address the issues. But first of all, I know some people have seen my Facebook page, and I don't know how many people really get into like listening or seeing my teachings of righteous indignation. They're low, 23, 37, 25. I'm not getting the attention that needs to be brought to this, because this is important. But if I could just reach one person, I'm fine. I don't care. I really don't. It don't matter if I get famous. I'm like, I don't care about being famous like that, as long as I get God's word out there. Because, people have seen on my Facebook, how I get angry and how God's cleaning me out and stuff like that. When he cleans you out, it don't feel too good. But, and we sometimes revert to our human side, our flesh, When we say God clean us up and God says okay, and he gonna start doing us stuff like that, we revert back to our flesh, stuff like that. But the thing is, we know it hurts. And that's how God does, And so after he's done it, dead settled, all of a sudden you feel a different change. You feel like, he started revealing himself to you. But this is what God's doing in me. He's totally cleaning me up. But this freeze talk is about Christmas. Okay. Now, remember throughout the ages, down the ages, when you was a child, and it came time for Christmas time, when it's like we're not teaching our kids the true meaning, our kids or children or anybody else, the true meaning of Christmas. Now, I want to take you back just for a second, when you was a child. Let's transport ourselves back to when we was children, on that first time we was going to go to Christmas. And, you seen the trees, the decorations, all the presents, and it became Christmas Eve. And sometimes our parents let us open that one present. And, we're all excited. Oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get, but it's going to be exciting, So you're there, and you're like in like a trance for the Christmas decorations on the tree and the lights and all the presents and stuff like that's under the tree. And your mom and dad hands you that first present. Say, you can open this one Christmas present right now, and then tomorrow you can open the rest. Okay, so you're so excited. You're excited. And you get the present and you rip it open, you get, I got what I want. So you take that toy, your mom said, well, it's time to go to bed. So you're like excited. You're like, I got this present. So I wonder what else I got. I got like about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 presents, and I'm excited. It could be the best presents of all, So you go to bed with that present. And then when you wake up in the morning, you get all the presents and stuff like that. And that's it, you listen to Jingle Bells, and you sing crazy song, Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or Frosty the Snowman, or Santa Claus is coming to town. Okay, fine. Wonderful for children to understand, but let's take it back. Now, because I'm going to address that issue, and I'm going to take it all the way to the present. I don't really want to be too long, but I think that I just felt a strong sense to capture that moment, and now it's time to go. Why do we allow our children to know that there's Santa Claus? Why do we tell our children that there is a snowman? That a ball of snow, water that can talk, or a man who's supposed to be this big old grand elf that has a sleigh full of toys and is gonna go through all the stuff like that, and it's like going down chimneys, and he eats cookies and he's fat, obese, you know, and then there's a reindeer with a glowing nose. Come on now. I mean, I understand the innocence, but let's get to the basics. Let's teach our children the true meaning of Christmas. And I'm gonna go somewhere so cold. That's why this is going on YouTube, not just on Facebook. It's going on Instagram. It's gotta go everywhere. People need to stop diluting their children. You need to stop diluting yourself. Islam doesn't celebrate Christmas. Confucianism don't celebrate Christmas. No other faith on this earth celebrates Christmas but those who are believers in Mashiach or Messiah or Christ. You take the Christ out of Christmas, there is none. Why celebrate it? Why are you going in the stores on this thing called Black Friday? You know, because you're waiting for Christmas to buy your kids specific gifts and stuff like that. You get in the store, it's supposed to be a season of time of love, warmth, friends, family, but yet you treat it like it's a time of fighting and anger and stuff like that, because you're in the store trying to buy yourself. So if you cannot get them that gift, go to another store. Maybe you'll be able to find a better deal and able to get that gift for your children, instead of fighting another man over there, and you end up on TV and you end up in jail and it's miserable. You're making your kids miserable. Their lives are miserable because you're up there fighting and stuff like that, and coming home with a black eye. My daddy, mommy, why you got a black eye? Mommy just had an accident. But you're lying to your children. It's not how it's supposed to be. It's not how it's supposed to be. The best things that we give, the best gifts that we give to our children, that we give to our family, that we give to our friends, cannot be bought. The best gift, and that's God's love. Now, it's not a love like, per se, it's that type of love like, I love you and I'm gonna be there for you and I got you and stuff like that, but yet there's a string attached. No, God's love is way different than that. The love I'm talking about is so unconditional, so committal that, in your family, you're like, with your children, I love you. I want to make sure that you got, clothes on your back, food for you to eat, that you have a warm place, a warm bed, and things that you like. I'm going to give that to you. I want to make sure that you're taken care of. And to your woman, your wife, or husband, I got you no matter what. I love you. There's no strings attached. I'm going to make sure that you have a home. I'm going to make sure that you have a vehicle. I'm going to make sure that you are taken care of. I'm going to make sure that I'm there for you when you need me. If you need a friend, if you need a counselor, anything, I got you. And it don't matter when it is. Even if I'm in a bad mood, I might be in a bad mood. I'll tell you, give me a second. But I'm going to always come back to you and say, okay, now that I've cooled off, let me know what's going on. Because you and your woman, that's your helpmate. You and your man, that's your helpmate. That's the person that's going to be there for you no matter what. He may be angry and stuff like that, but if you got a relationship, if you're in a relationship with a man that's going to talk to you for a minute, for a few days, and that's the man, for a few days, and it finally comes back, and you already settled the issue, then that man's not for you. That woman's not for you. I'm 41 years old. I ain't never been married. I have one child that I love more than life itself. She's living with me now, because she wanted a better life where she was, and I told her she can come and stay with me. And I'm proud of that. That's how it should be. Now, I'm going to say, there's no, in this Christmas, this time of Christmas, this holiday season, you people don't understand. Muslims don't serve God. Muslims don't celebrate this. Any other religion, they don't celebrate it. But Jesus, anybody that worships the one true God and Yeshua Himself or Jesus, we celebrate it. Because it's universal. It's not just in America. Christmas is universal, it's worldwide. You know, and if you're a Muslim and you celebrate Christmas, then you're celebrating the birth of Christ, the one true God. Now, most Muslims are like, we believe in Yeshua or Isa. We believe in him. Of course, you believe he's a great prophet, but to celebrate his birth is to acknowledge that he is the Redeemer, the Messiah, the one who is to come to save all humanity. That's what Christmas. Please, I be seeing people put Xmas and like that. What's the X supposed to mean? If you have no Christ, you have no Mas. kind of sound like Spanish, but that's true. If you have no Christ, you have no Mas. It goes together. Christmas, not Xmas, not Happy Holidays, not none of that. Happy Holidays, this time is not for no happy holidays. It's time to celebrate the one true God, the birth of Yeshua, the birth of the deliverer, the birth of the Savior of humanity. And so we give gifts to each other to show the love that God has given. Not Allah, not Confucius, not Buddha, because I'm not scared to say what I gotta say. I don't fear no man but God, because you may be able to take away this body, this life right here, and I mean everything I say. You may take away my life, but you cannot take away my spirit. The disciples, they were scared, after Christ died, they were scared. It was fearful. But you know what happened? When Christ rose again, and it's like, they saw him, they was willing they was willing to die. So they went from the scary to, hey, boldness. And, I ain't never seen Jesus. I mean, not face to face, not looked in his eyes, not touched him. Now, I know he exists. I feel him in my spirit. I see him in everything. I see him in the birds. I see him in the trees. I see him in the air. I see him in people. I see him at the time of children, the birth of a child. It's a miracle. It's perfect. And he's shown himself to be real in my life when I talk to him, when I commune with him, when I pray to him. It's just sad. So sad on how, we're here to celebrate this holiday. It's a time of family, a time of togetherness, a time of unity. And this should actually be just this day, not just December 25th, because we all know that Christ wasn't born on in no time where it was snowing. Nah, Christ was born in the time of Nisan, which is actually between the months of March and April, okay? And some will say that he was born in the time of, I think it was like Tisup or something like that. That would be the spring, the fall time. But we know he wasn't born when it was cold. I'm just telling you that. No, a long time ago, and some people may not agree with me, but this is my opinion. This is what I study. But the Catholic Church, a long time ago, was the one that they say, hey, Christmas time is going to be December 21st for some reason. But people don't understand that this is the time to worship the sun god, just like Easter. That's why most people call it Resurrection Day. But we're not here to address that. We're here to address this time right here. If you have a family, I'm telling you, this is the time where you need to reconcile your family and be with them. This is a time of warmth, a time of giving, a time of receiving, a time of everything. Don't just receive. Give. Don't just give. Receive. It's got to have some type of balance. Now, as for myself, and like I said, I'm a realist. I don't have much family. The only ones that I got is my daughter and her boyfriend. But Actually, I can't even say that because there's a few of my family members that actually do. Don't get mad if everybody doesn't want to get with you. Don't worry about it, like my Uncle Trina, and then of course I'm gonna put this on Facebook or YouTube because this is my worldwide, confessions or whatever I gotta say. But my Uncle Trina, my Uncle Nate, my Uncle Robert, my Aunt Cynthia, my cousin Arnetta, my cousin. There's so many. My cousin Pierre, my cousin Peaches. They've always been there. I've called them, talked to them, stuff like that. It's wonderful. And there are some that I still gotta call and talk to. They told me they keep telling, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid because it's like I'm nervous, but that's all right. I'm only human. But I love all my family. It don't even matter if they talk to me or not. It don't matter if they keep pointing me towards God. Oh, I forgot my cousin Nikisha. Oh, that's my baby. I love her because she's always got some good words to say to me. And when she does talk to me, she makes an effort to try to contact me and stuff like that. When she can. It just. So, I was so angry, I was so bitter and stuff like that about my family, but they're coming around. But like I said, that's just my personal. What is your personal? Who was there for you? This is Christmas time. This is a time of sharing, a time of giving and receiving, a time of showing God's love, of real love, of true love, the love that could never go away. I miss my parents. It wasn't a really good relationship, but I missed them. But because they don't know the man that God has made me today. But I'm gonna tell you, people, it's not about this is not about me or you. This is not a time about us. It's about God. It's about Jesus. It's about what Yeshua did for us. And that's how it's always going to be. As long as you continue to give your kids presents and stuff like that, whether you be a Muslim or a Jew or whatever you're doing, if you celebrating this time, if you celebrate this day, if you giving gifts and putting up trees, you're not celebrating Santa Claus. You're celebrating Jesus unconsciously, and you don't even know it. And that's a good thing. Get to know Jesus more, Yeshua. Get to know who he is. This is his time. This is his day. This is a time of, well, not this time, but this is what we celebrate, the memory of his birth, okay? The memory of his birth. Not the time, because this is not the time he was born, but the memory of his birth and why he was born. Why did he come into this world? This is the time. So I pray that everyone really, really looks into this stuff like that to really understand fully. Now, if you don't, then that means that you can care less, that you're going to continue. And I know some people are going to continue telling their children about Santa Claus and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and hide the truth from their children. It's bad, but there's going to be somebody that's going to come to reveal the truth to your children. And they're going to go back, why you lie to me? And they're going to, but the other person's going to tell, don't hate your mom and dad. Forgive them and move on. Not everybody's going to choose Christ. It's not going to happen like that. Not everybody's going to choose Christ because they got their own ideas. They think it's a Christ consciousness or Christ spirit. There is no Christ consciousness or Christ spirit. Christ is real. Christ is a person. Christ lives and he's in heaven. He's not dead like everybody, all atheists say. And if atheists tell you that Christ dead, that there's no God, and that when we die, we're going to cease to exist, but when they on their deathbed, they're sitting there crying, oh God, they're a liar. Because they do. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. There's one atheist, I think his name was Steve Straub or something like that. He tried to disprove the Bible and got converted, and now he's one of the greatest people for the case of Christ ever can be. I ain't never been so emotional in my life. I don't get emotional. I didn't used to cry. I used to be like a robot, a serial, kind of going towards a serial killer. I was angry, so much anger. I hated everybody. I didn't give a care. I used to cuss you out in a minute. But now, I'm working on that, excuse me. But I'm working on that. I'm working on it. Now I have emotions. I cry. Yes, I do. Sometimes I cry over stupid stuff. It don't make no sense, but This is God. This is the evidence that Jesus lives in me. This is the evidence that He does live in my life. A lot of people have given testimony on the realism of Yeshua, of what He's done in their life, and they lived horrible lives. Look at Paul. He was killing everyone. And you can say, well, that was way back when. Well, how about looking at some testimonies of people now, of what they say, how Christ did to them? You gotta put away your narrow-ended mind and thinking, and really open your conscious mind and your spirit and see the truth for what it is. I'm not saying believe me. I'm not trying to force my faith upon you. I don't want to do that. I'd rather show my life. But I tell you, just do like the Bereans, study. And don't just study, say, oh, there's a mistake, because there's not. It may not be, you just gotta actually look and ask God to show you. Like, Lord, okay, God, I'm open to the fact that this time right here could be your time. This could be the time what Kareem or anybody else says is time of Yeshua or time of Jesus. And I really want to know what the truth, or you can even ask yourself that, your own self. I want to know. So then what you do is you go and you open up your mind. Now, don't accept a certain thing, because I'm going to tell you, if you would look up in the heavens and sky at nighttime, you will see a pinprick of stars, but then there's the moon in its full power, and during the day is the sun. Well, that don't make no sense. But understand that each pinprick is truth. Each star that you see in the heavens is truth. The moon is the exposer, because when it says it's full strength, even the darkness flees somewhat, So I would say in every faith, in every religion, because I say religion is something we do ritualistic. Catholics, they go to church, they Hail Marys, stuff like that. Muslims, they do the same thing over and over again, stuff like that. And they say the same prayer all the time. I know this because I studied Islam. So if anybody come on here saying you don't know about it, I do know about Islam. I studied every faith. I done been to every Muslim service, every Islamic service, the Tahim, the Friday services, stuff like that. I participate because I don't believe. I read the Quran. And I compared it. I read the Quran, I studied the Quran, and to me, I don't believe in it. Any other the holy books and stuff like that, Eastern meditations, I've looked into it, but I just don't see any way. All everybody does is have the works. That's all they do is works. Muslims have to do something to work. Jews have to do something to works. Messianic Jews believe in Yeshua. It's done for them. A lot of believers or Christians believe, and the work's done for them. They don't have to just believe. A gift was offered to you. People say the Bible is a contradiction. It's a lie. It's a lie. You think it's a contradiction, but I say really read it. Really read it. Sometimes, when you go to school and stuff like that, do you know that some of those math questions are wrong? So, if you pick up a book and the first you read, that sounds right, sounds good, makes me feel good, but you gotta really let your spirit tell you. When we feel good, that's our flesh. When we're shaken from the core with this then that's the truth getting to us. And that's what happened when I was studying all the religions I could to get to where I am today. Like I said, this is a time of Christ. This is a time of His season, a time of love. On Black Friday, stop fighting and just get a gift for your children. If you can't get no gift for it, just give the best gift that ever can be given. That's love. That's God's love. Other than that, I'm just like, just everybody just like, I say start, I say my thing is to this: unite with your family always, 365 days a year, 24 hours, 7 days, every day until you pass away, and teach your children to pass it on to their kids. It's time to put away the foolishness, people. It's time to stop this Black Friday stuff, attitude. Stop having this Black Friday murderous attitude, and just go in there and get a deal. Go get a good deal. If they don't have none in stock, find something else, or find another store that might have it. because not only Walmart has, but there's plenty of Walmart, Target, there's all kinds of stores. You can probably get you can even go to this other thing called OfferUp. People on the streets are selling it. So I say just do what's right on this holiday season and serve the one true God and love your family. If you don't want to serve God, just love. Because if you love, no matter what, you're gonna love. When you love, you're gonna be serving God anyways. You're gonna glorify Him anyways. Because you know what? The Bible says that God is love. Don't believe me? 1 John 4:7, chapter 4, verse 7 through 8. Beloved, let us love one another, for the love is of God, and anyone who loveth is born of God and know God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. The author of it, the beginning of it, it'll begin and end with Him and continue on with Him. So there's no one else but Him. So I tell everyone, all you people out there, just when you go out there, like I said, when you go and buy that present for your children, when you go out there and do something for your family members and stuff like that, do it in love. Don't do it because you have to. Don't because it's there. Do it because you love them and you want them to have the best of things. And if you can't get it, give something that's so simple and powerful that they'll always remember. So I say, everybody, have a wonderful, blessed Christmas and a very, very, very happy New Year. Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. I love you no matter what. Enemies, friends, family alike. I really do. I really mean to look into my eyes. I really do love you, everyone. Be blessed, stay blessed. Like my man used to say, keep it smooth. God bless.